Really cool story out of Cape Breton, Nova Scotia today, as the QMJHL's Cape Breton Eagles had their first ever female player play for them for their preseason game. That was goaltender Rhyah Stewart. After being invited to camp in June after the Q's entry draft, Rhyah played great and made the main preseason roster, and last night finally got in between the pipes for her first bit of action. Rhyah, 16, from Antigonish, Nova Scotia, started in nets for the Eagles as they took on the Moncton Wildcats, and she made the boys look a little silly as she was a force between the pipes. Since it was a preseason game, she only played the first half, but in that first half, she made 24 saves, giving the Eagles a 2-0 lead heading into the second half. And after the change, the Eagles would go on to squander the game and lose 5-3. Way she goes. They should have kept her in. After all, she was named first star of the game for making those stops, but at just 16 years old, she looked great so far, and her future is bright as she sets a great example for female hockey players in my home province of Nova Scotia. Just last spring, she was in charge of the net for the Nova Scotia team at the Canadian Winter Games, where she won silver for the province. That put the country on notice, and in July, she got invited to the team's under-18 women's tryout, where she made the team. She made her Team Canada debut just the other week on August 17, holding down the fort for a 6-1 win against the US as the countries held a 3-game mini-series against one another. Quite the busy summer, but still more to come as she'll be back playing for Team Atlantic in the National Women's U18 Championship this fall. That's early November in Dawson Creek, British Columbia. And she's already announced her commitment to play for the University of Wisconsin for the 24-25 season, which, unlike male junior hockey players, won't be affected if she does make the Screaming Eagles roster. The team, however, does have 2 veterans ahead of her on the depth chart, but after this morning's third round of cuts for the team, she's still on the camp roster, and that means there's a chance. She's been a great story this last year around Nova Scotia, and she's got quite a bright future ahead of her. I can't wait to see how her career progresses as she gets better and better. Team Eck, of course, is in her corner. I know some people will just be really negative about this story, and that's so disappointing because it's really cool to see a female hockey player make waves. But let me know, who's your favorite female hockey player of all time? Brandon is a Haley Wickenheiser stan. He loves her. For me, how can you not cheer Marie-Philip Poulin? Also worth mentioning, the QMJHL has actually seen other female goalies in its history. Eve Gasson last year played a couple of regular season games and got a win. In 1999, Charlene Labonte actually started 26 games, so that's pretty cool.